If there's any doubt about how the helicopter industry is performing, then Matt Zuccaro is the man who can tell us how it really works. Matt, tell us how we're doing now. How is the industry performing after a few gloomy years?
I think we're on a slow trend towards coming back and improving. It's going to be a long road. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's all about the trending, not the actual speed at which we're going. And we kind of use our show, Heli Expo, as a bellwether. And the show is representative of the international helicopter community and the participation. And we had a great show last year in Dallas. It was well received by the industry. And the support that's shaping up now for our Las Vegas show is quite good. It's looking very well.
So we see the industry coming back. What's been the real problem? I mean, oil and gas must have been one of those, the offshore industry particularly, but there have been some other highlights, hasn't there?
Well, yeah. I mean, it relates on such things as the price of oil, and the offshore industry, no secret, has had a couple of tough years in the last few years. But as always, they've had this before, through the decades, and they're survivors. They did come back, and they're diversified. They have the ability to take the equipment and the personnel and put it on other mission segments that they're diversified their business line. And the other thing that affects the international helicopter community is the world economy. Things such as international tourism for the tour operators, the business community and business aviation. Utility work has held fairly well in the sense that there's always a need for helicopters to service the utility community, fire, search and rescue, police work, all the things that we do every day on behalf of the greater good of the public. We serve their needs. And there's helicopters out there that are building the power grid, servicing it, inspecting it. So those kind of missions have been fairly stable. It is a good story that the business community is coming back, and so is the use of helicopters. And I'm optimistic. I think as always, we're going to recover and come back strong.
Now, you talk about the public. One thing that seems to be really driving their attention at the moment is the idea of these unmanned urban pickups. How do you see that? Is that a threat to the future of helicopters?
No, not at all. We looked at it for several years now, and I kind of look at it quite simply. Unmanned flight, autonomous operations without pilots is the future. We see it every day now in the automobile industry. You get in cars and they park themselves and they can take you to where you want to go. It's no different with aircraft. And in all honesty, if you review the technology available today in aviation, these aircraft can fly themselves from departure all the way to landing. And it is an autonomous future for us. And if we're smart, we learn how to become a part of it and do what we do best is operate aircraft, no matter what kind of aircraft, in the vertical lift mode. And when you really think about it, the unmanned aircraft are going to be flying in the altitude regime of about 500 feet or less. They're going to be doing utility operations, and actually they're taking advantage of the ability to operate in that regime, which happens to be our regime. Low, utility work, vertical lift. And who better than us to grab that segment and make it a good business line for us?
Matt, thank you very much for your time.